Welcome back to Dark Corners Streaming. For me, 1940's The Thief of Bagdad, which you can find on YouTube, is one of those films that sings of childhood. One of those Sunday afternoon films whose images live in your brain forever. But, thankfully, it's one to which you can return as an adult and find it as wonderful as ever. Producer Alexander Korda, the biggest name in British cinema at the time, purchased the rights from Douglas Fairbanks, who had starred in the 1924 original, adapted from the Middle Eastern epic 1001 Nights.
There was once a king, son of a king and of 100 kings.
And in deference to its source material, much of the remake is in flashback, related by a blind beggar and his dog.
For there I met the one who was to become my only true friend. Abu, the little thief of Baghdad.
The biggest change from the silent is that the hero is split into the romantic lead, played by John Justin,
I'm at the king.
and the thief of the title, played by Sabu, perhaps the most unexpected star of British 1940s cinema, but one of the most vital.
I'm Abu the thief, son of Abu the thief, grandson of Abu the thief.
Not to mention groundbreaking. The film eventually went through 6 directors, including the great Michael Powell, was changed from being a musical partway through, and production was held up by the Blitz, necessitating a move to Hollywood where reshoots were needed as Sabu had grown 3 inches during the break. But there is no sign of this disruption on screen, where this is pure fantasy. From flying horses, achieved with pioneering use of blue screen technology, to Rex Ingram's magnificent Genie. The sets are incredible, the scenery is breathtaking, the effects are astounding for their time, and the unreality of the setting means they still hold up. And Miklos Rosa's sweeping score could not be better, providing leitmotifs for the characters, notably Abu's I Want to Be a Sailor.
I want to be a sailor sailing out to sea.
A survivor of the musical that informs Abu's character throughout.
I want to be a sailor.
It's exciting, terrifying, and yet seems to float on the screen like a shimmering dream. The performances too are right on point.
Rid yourselves, winds of heaven.
With Conrad Veidt's Jaffar, one of cinema's most convincing evil sorcerers.
Are you a magician? I have some skill.
And screenwriter Miles Malleson, later a Hammer stalwart, as the toy-obsessed Sultan.
It wants reminding.
But, as it should be, it's all about the title character, who steals the film, along with everything else that isn't nailed down, including the obligatory magic carpet. As you may have spotted, Disney probably owed Korda some royalties, even naming Aladdin's monkey after Abu, but the film's influence is wide. Ray Harryhausen was a huge fan, and his films contain multiple references. The Thief of Bagdad is one of those fortunate films in which all the parts are great, and yet the whole still manages to be greater than the sum of those parts. Escapist fantasy seems like something easy to pull off, and yet films come out every year that prove just how hard it is. This is one of a handful that just gets it right, effortlessly wafting you to another place and time. Or just back to childhood. I think Roger Ebert said it best in describing the film's spirit as one of headlong joy in storytelling. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to hear me chat about the silent version of this, please join us on Patreon for as little as $1 a month for our series 52 Weeks of Silent Film. Did you grow up with The Thief of Bagdad? What are the touchstone films of your childhood? Let us know in the comments below.